Welcome to another episode of Smoking Down My Tires and losing about 10% of their life in the first straightaway. And that will come into play later on in the race as I'm taking the hard tire strategy and seeing if I can run it all the way out for the 13 laps here at Road Atlanta. And as you can see, so far everybody's playing nice. As we take it too wide here, it is very ill-advised that we do that, but somehow we sort it out and make it through without incident. As the Gulf ahead is taking its time, I get behind a little bit on the corner exit and let the first place guy just get already to a 5-second lead. As I'm trying to cut up the inside here, he overdrives it and drives off the track. +1 for me. Now we track down the Audi ahead and try to get into the draft and just outbrake him here. How close can we get? How late can we brake? And thankfully they went for the pass here and overdrove it themselves, as I do as well, and have a terrible corner exit, but I'm still within striking distance, so there's no real foul there. Driving down to the first corner, I give it a harsh downshift and watch the Pepsi machine drive straight off. Another easy +1 as another Audi gets caught up in the dirt. I drive right up to his bumper, trying to avoid contact here, and do a little heavy braking as now the first place guy is built up a 7-second lead. If this guy's any good, it's going to be a heck of a deficit to overcome. So I need to get by these guys as quick as possible. Now coming down the back stretch, we are doing a drag race, and to my surprise, I pull up beside the Audi. I'm guessing this guy's got loads of downforce, so I've never passed an Audi quite like that before. I don't really run a whole lot of downforce, so I'm just going to try to outbrake him right here. And it gives me a little bit of room. It was a tight fit, but we made it happen. As we move forward a little bit in this third lap here, watching these two guys battle it out. As they battle, it makes it that much easier to just drive right up behind them, as P5 here decides he wants to dive bomb and just make a clean pass. Not his pass, by the way, my pass. As we're moving ahead to lap 4, we are 8.3 seconds away from the leader, and we're still maintaining that on lap 5. As we move ahead here to lap 6, the first place guy has gone in and moved me up to P3, and I absolutely drive the wheels off this thing into this corner. I know you're thinking to yourself, how the hell do you do it, guy? Well, to keep myself at peak performance in my sim racing career, I throw about 24 thumbtacks into my seats, and that keeps me at attention. Yeah, that's how we do it. Moving forward to lap 8 here, I am 7.1 seconds away as I'm breaking it down about a second a lap now at this point, but I'm using up all of my tires to get there. As you might assume, lap 10 here, I'm going to run down the tires a little bit prematurely, and I've hit the minor wear on my tires a little bit earlier than I anticipated, but we're still going to push forward and try and track down this first place guy. as we're coming up through the S's here. I'm trying to make up every bit I can, and these curbs are just absolutely rough. Just rough. And I haven't been able to really dial in my suspension to actually handle these. And as you see the dirt up here, this guy tries to block me, but unfortunate for him, he is a ghost. So now knowing that I have the worn out tires and he more than likely has better tires than me at this point, I need to get out of the draft as quick as possible. I am only 0.6 seconds away from him as I take a look back and know that I cannot outrun him down the straightaway, being that he's in an Audi. So I just kind of gotta suck it up and try to survive for 2 laps, knowing that he has a half-second penalty. All I need to do is just stay in front of him. That's it. That's it. It's not that hard. As you look up to the top right, I'm at moderate tire wear, and I'm trying to drive this thing, and it is difficult. As I take this corner a little bit slower than usual and a little bit wider, I switch back over and see him come, and this dude just door slams me straight off into the dirt. Somehow, I'm not really sure how, he manages to avoid any kind of penalty, and I'm left reeling behind him, just knowing that I need to stay a half-second away. Now, a half-second on this track is not a lot, and my tires in the condition that they're in, if you look down at the bottom right, they are in deep red. I know he has worn tires as well, but I'm not sure he is to the severity that mine are at. And this goes back to the start of the race. Why do I smoke down the tires? I don't know. I feel like I'm the only one that does it, but you know, it warms up the tires, you know, it gets me ready for turn 1. As I'm tracking them down on the back straightaway here, all I'm thinking is outbrake them and get a good corner exit. And wow, did I outbrake him, but I get into the dirt here and that really affects my corner exit, and I cannot get a good drive off that last corner, and he drives away, and here I just drive off the track, just in disbelief, and a little upset that he drove me that harshly in the first corner, but that's how it goes. We're moving ahead to the NASCAR at Eaglerock, and we have a good first lap here. We're starting in 12th out of 19, and of course, you know, there's beating and banging. Someone door slams me, and then that just sends them into a cascading effect of everybody's spin out. I had a few overtakes right there, and then into the turn 3 and 4, and some more easy overtakes as expected. And now I'm in P4 quite easily. There was some contact, but none of my doing, I might add. As I channel my inner NASCAR here, I'm driving it in a little deep. I'm looking for a good corner exit. On these hard tires, it's not the best, but it's the best strategy for this track, I think. I do drive this car with full downforce, and I attack these corners quite aggressively with some braking late. I'm not sure if that's the best method for this track, but it works pretty good for me. I might change it up as time goes on, as long as the NASCAR series stays in rotation. Oh my goodness, and a lap car gets turned around. As these two cars, of course, are battling each other, I take advantage and move up to the second spot. With these guys don't give up so easily. Gives me a little tap in the rear. And Bustroid tries to sneak up the inside. I do not allow it. Moving ahead to lap 8, a lap car runs me a little bit wide. I get into the wall, and that allows the third place guy to pass me for second. I don't want to give up without a fight. As I drive up the inside, gives me a little bit of space, but his car is hooked up and drives out of the corner with ease. There's some more tuning I need to do to my car to get it on par with some of these guys. Some of these guys are tuning gods, and I have no clue what I'm doing sometimes, especially when it comes to the NASCAR cars. But I try to hold my own, just out braking potentially, or not. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just out here trying to drive as fast as I can and trying to preserve some tires. Another guy from the RZX crew is driving up and knocking on the back door here. As this guy is clearly faster than me, and I try to block him a little bit, and he lets me know, yeah, it's not a good idea. I need you to go ahead and move out of my way. He does say sorry, which I don't think he needs to. And of course he got to me a little bit, and I drive it wide here, and that allows him to sneak up the inside, and I refuse to block it. Figured why keep him from passing. It's clearly faster than me. Go ahead and take it. I'll just slam into the wall real quick here and allow someone else to drive right up behind me. Really feel like I'm fading out right here. I'm not really sure what the deal is. Am I on a different tire strategy or not? As I move ahead into the darkness here, we're on lap 30. And I have switched over to the medium set of tires. And with this medium set, I really am hitting my stride. The mediums are a huge difference on this track from the hard compound. I'm able to actually put the power down and leave a lot earlier than the hard compounds. And the braking is a lot better, as I'm making huge gains right here in the corner entry, and then getting back onto the gas early. I'm able to really get up to the back bumper of P3 here. I almost get a little bit too close. And I look to the inside here. Kind of go in a little bit shallow. He gives me some space, but I cannot complete the pass. I still keep at him now. I look to the inside again, trying to apply a little bit more pressure. And do another realignment of the front end. Just snagging the wall. As I take a gander up the top left at the time intervals, this place is closing in quite quickly, so I realize I need to make moves. I need to get going. Give him a little tap, and we have a little glitch, and he goes up the track and then back down the track. And yeah, do another realignment, and then get a little bump from the rear. He's ready to make moves as well. So now we are in a 3-4-5 situation right on top of each other. So now it's going to be a jockey for position as I completely blow the corner and allow Zaki just to move straight right in. I mean, it's unbelievable how I do it. But I don't give up. We've got 10 laps to have another go at it. And I'm going to try. See Saki looking down to the inside like I have done previously. He gets a good run, but gets down on the apron and gets a little bit loose. And I assume the 4th position again. And I have my go at it as I did before. Will I be able to complete the pass? Nobody knows. But the RZX guys, they've raced me very well, very competitive, and I appreciate those two gentlemen, Dwarf and Saki. And here things get a little interesting. We inadvertently get 3 wide. I'm on the very outside of the equation, and yes, I get taken advantage of just ever so slightly, but I'm fine with it. You know, we've had good racing up to this point, and that was not really a bad racing situation. It was just a situation that I found myself in. As we come up to lap traffic, we squeeze by without any incidents. And this guy likes to cause incidents. He did a move of my reputation and drive into the wall for a little alignment check. And I get stuck right behind him. But never fear, I'm still moving. I have another opportunity to make the pass on 4th position. And somehow I make it look easy this time. I'm not really sure why it was so hard before. He was just playing very good defensive game. Now I have my eyes set on Psyche again. And I come up on to a lap car with minor tire wear now. Yeah. I don't even know. I felt like I was gonna dive low, and he felt like he was gonna dive low. We just chose the same line. Was it a racing incident? Was it on me? Was it on him? I'm not really sure how to call it. It's a little frustrating when a guy's 2 to 3 laps down and is getting in the way of, you know, potential podium finish. Yeah, I get slapped with a 1-second penalty for that. It wasn't intentional, it was just trying to get by a guy. And now I realized I gotta come to grips with realigning my car, and the 1-second penalty has pretty much doomed me from hitting that 4th position. But it is what it is. I had a great time racing these guys on this circle track. It was a blast. Was hoping to get a podium, but I've had plenty in my days. In these videos I don't qualify just to have a little fun, and it's not fun to qualify on the top and just stay in the front the whole time. Like, it's not an enjoyable video. So as you see, another lap car gets in the way. Apparently I can't get around them on this race. But finish out strong in 5th. And the guy that wrecked me, he quit. Or I wrecked him, I'm not sure how to call it. He quit right before the end of the race. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the content, just slap the like button if you made it this far. I appreciate you guys stopping in. For all those who stayed, see you guys next time.